We're on page 25. A relation is a mapping of one element to another element. You can think of this in lots of different ways. You can think of this as a relationship, really. And here's an example of a relation right here. And we can express the mapping by making a set of ordered pairs. This is called set notation. And I have the ordered pairs 1, 2, because these are being mapped. 5, 11, 3, 8. 7, 19, 7, 30. And 11, 30. And then I'm going to close with set notation. It's curly bracket. Now, we also have what we call a function, and a function is a special type of relationship. Special type of relation. It's special because all of the first elements, in this case, the x elements, have to be unique. And if they are unique, then we can say that a relation is actually a function. So you have relations that are not functions, and you have relations that are functions. So right here, we would say this first one was not a function because 7 is mapped twice. It's mapped to 19 and it's mapped to 30, so it means I have 2 ordered pairs in this relation that have matching x values, and we want to make sure there are no matching x values. If I looked at this function, I have 1 going to 2, 5 going to 19, 3 going to 8, 7 going to 30, 11 going to 30. It's okay what happens in the range of it, but as long as all of these elements are unique. If they're all unique, then we can say it is a function. So this is, yes, it's a function. I had no x elements repeat. So we've got some examples here asking if these different sets represent functions, and the way that we can answer that is by examining these sets and looking at just the x's to see if they are all unique. For A, they are. So yes, this is a function. For B, 2, 2, I don't even need to go any further. I already found something that is not unique in my x values, so it is not a function. If you have a table, it's always either the top column if it is a horizontal table, or if it's a vertical table, it's the column on the left that represents x's. I have 1, 2, 5, 7, unique function. For D, I have 7, 8, 7. Oh, not a function because we had 2 x values repeat. What about the relationship between Monique's age in days and her height? Let's look at just an example. Say Monique is 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, and she's just getting taller and taller. I don't even know what I'm representing here. Maybe these are not inches, not really feet, something between inches and feet, but I could have her be the same height over 2 years as long as my x values are unique, and they are, so we're going to say this is a function. She's not going to be 2 years old twice. Well, they say in days. She's not going to be 2 days old twice. She has to keep advancing, so that would say that that is a function. Here is an example of some graphed relationships. To decide if a graphed relationship is a function, use what we call the vertical line test. And that basically states, here's a vertical line. If I grab this vertical line and I run it along my relation, and it touches it once, then this is a function. We can say, yes, this is a function. So don't ask me why, but I did pictures of everything twice almost here. Looking at my vertical line down on the second one, I'm bringing my vertical line down. That object is not locked. What are you talking about? There we go. Here it is. As soon as I start, it hits it twice. And if it hits it twice, more than once, it is not a function. So remember, the x values of both of these ordered pairs are going to be the same x values, and you can't have repeating x's. So if I ask you if D is a function, hopefully you say yes, because notice my vertical line touches it once. This is a no. It hits it twice. Not a function. Not a function. Yes, function. Okay. We're going to look at page 27, and then we will chop this up into one more video. For this page, you were asked to tell whether or not these represent a function. For A, I look at the top line. Mary is on here once. Mark is on here twice. So this is not a function. Do these pass the vertical line test? Yes. This one passes the vertical line test? No. The vertical line test fails right there. I'm looking even at these other two examples, and if I had a vertical line right here, it would not pass. This is not a function. And for this one, if I have a vertical line and I go ahead and I move it around, this is funny. It's including my vertical line in that last. Let's try this again. Unlock it. There we go. Once. Yes. Yes, this is a function. Okay, this is the second portion, and we will be back with the third portion in the third video.